Well, good afternoon. My name is Artemis out of the Dallas area, and I have been with this company for 24 years. This is my 25th year. I'm hoping that just that alone has an impact as to what would have kept me here this long. In 2000, there was a groundbreaking technology that someone introduced to me. I joined this partnership and I got a chance to mentor with the giants that were here and create something extraordinary. Today, I have the pleasure of being able to tell you about a breaking technology that's happening right now. And I want to show you something big, and it's a breakthrough that really matters. I think we all know wellness is shifting and people are moving much more toward prevention than just controlling symptoms. They want to feel better. I know I do. Stay stronger. I want to perform at my best. And we're demanding real solutions and real results. So today, together, we're going to look at where science is breaking through. And I want you to know that we're not just chasing a shift here. We are leading it. And the demand in the area that I'm going to talk about today is exploding. So let me ask you something. What if 15 seconds could change the way you think about health and your future? Not just someday, but today. I want you to imagine being able to see how fast you're aging and having the power to do something about it, because we're introducing a powerful technology that makes exactly that possible. And it's changing lives. And it's part of one of the fastest growing industries today, which is health tech. We're doing it in 4 smart steps. 1, we are rebuilding your body's nutritional bank account. Number 2, we are activating healthier, more youthful gene expression so you can age more slowly. 3, we get to track your progress in real and measurable data. And 4, we are backing everything I'm saying with a performance guarantee in your health that really delivers results. So this isn't just another product we're going to talk about today. It's a new approach to wellness, and it's called Prysm. It's truly intelligent wellness, and I'm so excited to kind of share the things about this. It's probably no surprise that we are living longer. People are living well into their 80s, if not 90s. But although we are living longer, we're still not living better, not stronger, not sharper, and not full of energy. So the truth is, although we've added years to our lives, we are not adding quality to those years. The reality is that most people spend still that last 10 to 15 years in poor health. Someone recently described it as going out like a dimmer switch. I'm sure most of us would rather go out like a light switch. We're losing almost more than a decade to sickness and decline. Problems like heart disease, diabetes, joint pain, and memory loss often start as early as 40. And I know I started to become very aware of that. We've extended lifespan, but we're going to talk today about extending youth span. That's the gap that we really want to talk about today. The old paradigm, and I actually kind of was doing some research about this, that still probably 50% of medicine still thinks about that aging is something you can't do anything about. So it means that, we just kind of hide or manage or accept the decline. But science really has changed this story. And Dr. Joe Chang, who is the chief scientific officer at Nu Skin, but he has a pharma background, and he revealed a very powerful truth. This is a book I believe many of you would want to get, and it's called The Aging Myth. And he put this book out more than a decade ago in like 2012. And he talked about the fact that aging isn't about time, it's about what's happening inside your cells that now we know we can measure and we can influence. So Dr. Joe and his team turned this science into action with a technology called Age Lock that targets the sources of aging, which is your gene expression. So I want you guys to know this isn't science fiction anymore. It's the science behind one of the most advanced wellness movements in the world, and Nu Skin is leading this. So youth isn't just about how you look, it's about how your body performs, it's about how it protects, heals, and regenerates. And now you can have much more control over how you age. Another hot topic, biohacking. I'm sure you've seen some podcasts about this and articles. And this is just about understanding how your body works and being able to use that knowledge to feel better, think more clearly, and live with more energy. It's all about making these small shifts in how we eat, move, and recover, and using some smart tools that we'll talk about to track what's working. I know I have an Apple Watch and got it purely for the health app, okay? This movement is really exploding because people really are done guessing. Today, we know that tech makes health more measurable. AI has personalized it, and science really has proved that you and I can influence how we age and how we live. So this isn't just wellness I'm going to talk about today. It's really about self-optimization, and this is a big part of the future of health. So this is a very powerful quote. Measurement absolutely brings clarity, and clarity brings power. Okay. What isn't measured cannot be improved. So as I mentioned, millions of people are wearing Apple Watches, bands, or rings because they've realized something simple and powerful. When we can see what's happening in our body, we actually can do something about it. So this is a shift from guessing to being able to track, from hoping to actually knowing, and from reacting to actually leading how you want to age. Okay? Measurement is the key to better health, stronger performance, and a longer, more vibrant life. And if you're thinking business, this is one of the biggest trends in wellness, which is turning data into demand. Okay? Every major wellness wave has begun with one thing, and that's measurement. From cholesterol testing in the 70s to glucose testing in the 90s. The moment we could measure it, we could monetize it. You might want to write that down, okay? So cholesterol led a 20 billion statin industry. Bone density scans drove 200 million in calcium sales. Glucose fueled a 1.5 billion device revenue. And now, today, I want to talk to you about antioxidant tracking and biomarker-based wellness, which is opening the door to this $60 billion supplement market just in the United States, okay? Because measurement changes behavior and drives business, when people can see progress, they stay engaged, they invest more, and they stick around. So this isn't just about better health, it's about smart business. Just ask Aura with 2.5 million rings sold and a 5.2 valuation. Again, if you can measure it, you can improve it, and if you can improve it, you can lead the market, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, I didn't know until recently that in 2000, when COVID hit, that actually supplement sales of all ages doubled here in the United States just over that couple of years. So now in the United States, 3 out of 4 of us are taking some kind of supplement. I find it fascinating that this is all ages now, whether you're 18 to 34 or 35 to 55 or older, that basically it's 3 out of 4 of us, okay? So in a data-driven world, this is something that is really interesting, and it's a $60 billion question here in the US. One of the things that most people want to know, and whether they're walking into the store or talking to friends, is which supplement should I take? And a more important thing that many people ask is, how do I know if it's working? Now, some people answer this question about how do I know it's working by taking the least expensive thing they can find because they don't know. Some answer it by taking the most expensive thing. But really the key that I want to talk to you about is that you can measure it, okay? Our solution is that we combine cutting edge products with real science and smart tools so that you can actually take control of how you age, okay? In our data-driven world, why would you and I want to leave our health up to chance? So Prysm isn't just a wellness platform. It's a tech-powered, science-driven, delivering personalized insults and results that you and I can measure, okay? We're leading in this next wave of intelligent wellness with root-level science, okay? We're talking patented ingredients and gene-level research, which is very different, targeting those sources of aging. This is a unique advantage that we have. Pharmaceutical grade natural products that are validated by tools like the biophotonic scanner we'll talk about and age-lock science. Visible health data, this is so fascinating that we are able to make things like antioxidants, which before were invisible to you, now visible, trackable, and actionable. And then AI personalization, smart technology that evolves with you and gives you real-time tailored recommendations, okay? So the result is that we have a science-backed, tech-smart system that helps people feel better, think clearer, and age on their own terms. I know the older I get, the more I'm excited about that, okay? So we're not just talking about health management here, we're talking about health mastery. We believe that all of us deserve to know that everyone deserves to have the power to take control of their health and how they age, not just to hope to feel better or be trying the next trend, but to actually measure it, to improve it, and then to prove it. Because honestly, health isn't guesswork anymore. Our mission is very simple. We just want to put that power into your hands. Okay, now the biophotonic scanner was based on some Nobel Prize winning science, and the biophotonic scanner was the first non-invasive device that measures antioxidants in the skin. And in simple terms, we made nutritional health visible and trackable for the first time, which is game changing. Now we've had this technology, and you're noticing on the right, it starts off with the red that goes to orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. You want your score to be up in the blue and purple, and I will tell you that in the United States and around the world, most of us score very low here. And we know now that in measuring your antioxidants, this is an incredibly powerful overall health indicator. In other words, if this score is low, then overall your health probably has many things that are sort of not strong and in the best shape that they could be. So we have solutions for this that are at the gene expression level and that work at raising this defense system in your body. And many of the things we'll talk about are actually in the physician's desk reference. But let's talk a little bit about why do antioxidants matter. I know I didn't understand it fully before, okay? Most of us don't realize what's speeding up our aging, and it's called oxidative stress, when harmful molecules called free radicals damage our cells and our DNA in our brain. Okay, antioxidants are our defense system, and they act like cellular bodyguards, protecting your body at the deepest levels. Okay, the higher your score, the slower your aging and the higher your defense. Okay, so they slow down the free radical damage on your skin, your brain, and all of your organs. And it also significantly lowers your disease risk for things like heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and brain disorders like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's that we all know are scarily on the rise. So it protects your brain health, which is very key. I didn't know this, that my brain and your brain are the most vulnerable to oxidative damage of all of your organs. So this isn't just about vitamins that I'm talking about today. It's about protecting your body, your mind, and your future by being able to really understand how and what your score is. Now we have a line of supplements, and I mentioned to you that we have a performance guarantee on your health. And if in the next 60 to 90 days after you begin taking these things, you don't actually see a difference in your scanner score, then we will have a 100% money back guarantee. And what is fun for me is even people who have things like leaky gut or other things where they're just sure that nothing will really work, majorly see differences in their health. And as we talked about, if you can measure it and see it, people are more apt to stick with themselves when they know that they can make a difference. So let me talk to you a little bit about our partner, because we're 40 years of growth and stability with Nu Skin and Pharmanex, and we're publicly traded, which means we have full transparency. We are the #1 device brand in the world and have been since 2017, and this is outpacing top cosmetic brands. We have science that leads and not follows, and I mean that by the fact that Nu Skin owns one of the largest youth gene databases once we acquired LifeGen Technologies, and you may not know that Nu Skin runs one of the largest private anti-aging research centers in the United States and overseas. We have hundreds of patents of original science, like the biophotonic scanner and like AgeLock, and we have global recognition for this. Okay, Nu Skin has won over 27 plus Stevie Awards that are like Oscars in business, including multiple wins for most innovative company alongside brands like Apple. We are fully globally compliant in 50 plus markets, which means we're ready to do business anywhere. And I want you to know Nu Skin isn't a trend. It is honestly a force. It is one of the most trusted, innovative, and recognized wellness companies in the world. And I'm proud to be able to talk to you about this. Now, I mentioned to you about LifeGen Technologies and the fact that we have a unique advantage in being able to design supplements that actually affect how you age. And the way we do this is we have the gene chip science and the database where we can get like the fingerprint of younger cells. In this case, it's your mitochondria, your cellular energy. And on the right here, that's 50-year-old mitochondria cells. And no surprise probably that the gene expression of what's turned on and off is exactly opposite, young to old. Now, when we design these supplements, we are able to actually continue to design until we see that your gene expression is reset to a more youthful expression, meaning we have shifted and slowed down the way that you and I are aging. Very exciting science, and more exciting for you to experience this in your body. Now, I want to talk to you about compensation. This is kind of exciting, but the most important thing that I want to talk about today is having money working for you. If this is not something you've ever had the ability to do in your financial world yet, this will be a powerful introduction. And if you have been able to do that, this will be an additional place. I wish someone had kind of talked to me about this. I don't know if you've ever seen Robert Kiyosaki's 4 Quadrants. Actually, he's not the one who initiated this, but he certainly did some of the most powerful books on it. When it comes to income, where your income comes from really does determine your future. I wish someone had kind of talked to me about this when I was in high school. I would have changed how I moved financially decades earlier. So on the left side of the quadrant, either as an employee or self-employed, is where you're trading time for money. And someone said to me, Artemis, this is like running up a down escalator financially, okay? And if you've ever tried to do that, you can know that that's probably not going to work for most people. On the right side, you are working with systems that have money working for you. Now, the problem is that even people who may know about this still get stuck on the left side, never really realizing how to get over to the right side where there's leverage and where you begin to have money working for you, where wealth really gets developed. So that's exactly what Prysm offers. Okay, Prysm is a business asset that you can own and scale. So you're not just selling products, it's plugging you into a proven system that grows with or without you. So you get to build customer networks, grow team networks, and then create lasting income, okay? Where you stop trading hours for dollars and start building income that lasts, okay? So Prysm helps shift from earning to owning, and from working harder to building smarter, and from a time-based income to having real assets. In fact, assets that you can pass on to other generations. So at the end of the day, the future for all of us depends on, our financial future depends on which quadrant that we choose to live in. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, over the last couple of years, it's been fascinating to me that most businesses, even car washes and others, are moving to a very smart business model, which is subscription. And it's simple because it creates predictable income that beats one-time sales, okay? Subscriptions equal steady and repeatable income every month. And businesses get stability, and you and I as customers get convenience. So that's why you and I don't own our own music anymore. We stream it. It's why we don't own software anymore. We subscribe to it. We get our updates at any point. Mark Cuban, I think, said it best. If you're not making your products and service recurring, you're doing it wrong. Because this business model builds loyalty and long-term value and real stability. And if you're serious about wealth, recurring revenue is the foundation for that. So the reason I wanted to take a moment is because now I want to talk about Prysm, because this is exactly why Prysm runs on a subscription model. Okay, it's not just about selling product, it's about building ongoing value and not just chasing sales, but building income that grows month after month. Okay, this is a scalable asset backed by real science, smart systems, and I do want you to know you're going to have world-class mentorship. Now, I believe most people don't have a money problem. I know I didn't. It's a leverage problem, okay? So let's talk a little bit about Prysm. If you, within your organization, had 50 Prysms and each Prysm just had 10 subscriptions at $100, that would be the beginning of a $2,500 a month leveraged commission. Now, let's say that those same 50 Prysms over time had 100 subscriptions each at $100. Now you can begin to see this creates an income that's $25,000 a month of leveraged commissions. And it's all by building smarter, not by working harder. And I want you to know that all of us start small with 5 to 10 Prysms. That's your foundation. And then we'll help you build it from here. Okay. So it's interesting, no matter what decade we're in, that most people get stuck trading time for money. And at the end of the day, between 65 and 70, when most people retired, at least here in the United States, as well as around the world, they're not set, okay? So real freedom comes when you and I build assets that pay us whether we're working or not. And that's what Prysm is for you and I, and for many others. It's a bridge to earning, from earning and trading time for money to owning it. And I want you to know it's not an overnight success. It's small, smart moves stacked up that build a lasting and leveraged income. So the real question that I want to put before you is, do you want to keep renting your time, or do you want to start owning your future? Now, timing is really interesting right now, and I want to talk a little bit about that. You've probably seen early adopters, and the interesting thing is that innovators and early adopters really do shape the future. But they're not just chasing trends, they're getting ahead of it. And I want to talk to you because right now Prysm is in the early adopters phase. This is where momentum is beginning. We are talking with people. We are actually starting to have some live briefings that are in different parts of the world. In fact, today I believe we're in Washington, D.C. So if anybody is interested or in that area, please get with the person who invited you and join us tonight live where you can see Prysm. Okay, first movers aren't guessing. Okay, they're positioning before the crowd sees it and kind of before it becomes obvious. And this isn't about me inviting you to take risks. It's about stepping into the opportunity before it's obvious. And that's right now. And remember that the ones who move first are always going to be leading the ones who move later. So let me talk to you about the launch strategy right now, because in Q3, we will be releasing 200 to 300 of these Prysm units to early adopter leaders. And then in Q4, we'll be releasing another 2,000 to qualified and active leaders. And then in Q1 of 2026, we'll be releasing 10 to 25,000. And here is what is a vision for the next couple of years, so you understand how big we're going. In the next 24 months, we want to release 1 million of these, and we want to release 10 million before 2030. So I hope that gives you a strong idea of what our pace of growth is. And what's interesting is that the scanner that we have today, we've only had 5,000 of these. They're expensive. And even with that, we've been able to be in 51 countries and do incredible impact and business, but not nearly what needs to be done to impact health the way we desire. So again, in Q1, releasing up to 25,000 of these. There's very special timing right now in terms of really helping build this initial network. And I'm excited not only about that, but we are also opening this year one of the largest global markets in the world, which is India. And we will be introducing Prysm in the opening of this market as well. These are two huge growth opportunities right now that if it's catching your attention, I definitely hope we have future conversations in the next day or two with you. So measuring what matters makes a difference to the impact that you and I can have. My dad used to say, the older I get, the fewer old people I meet, which always made us chuckle. But as I get older, I realize how key it is to know that you actually can keep your life and your body active so your entire life is something you can enjoy. So remember that if you can measure it, you can improve it. And if you can improve it, you can lead the market. And biohacking, this idea of understanding what actually affects your body and making these small adjustments and moves, it's next level wellness, okay? It's not about waiting for aging to catch up with you, but it's about tracking what's happening in your body and taking control. And your antioxidant score is one of the most important indicators of your overall health. We now know this after 20 years of working with this. So, we are launching Prysm, which is the first smart wellness platform, again, making aging visible and actionable. And it's not just a product and it's not just a platform. This is a shift because honestly, we know that people's health overall, we are not building healthier generations of healthier people in the generations to come. So this is an invitation to lead in one of the fastest growing spaces in business today, which is health tech. And with Prysm, you will know how fast you're aging and you'll finally have the tools to do something about it. So this is where transformation is going to meet precision and where health becomes personal, predictive, and measurable. So the truth is, there isn't anyone that you and I cannot help with this. So if you and I want to truly make a difference, if this is an area of passion for you and your family and others that you love and care about, and as a business person, you see the trends happening and you have an interest in not having to be guessing, but truly making a difference, I want to welcome you to Prysm. So let's talk about how to get started, because the cost to this is only the time that you invest to really talk with us to find out the facts and the answers that you need to know if you want to help us open up this market. And then we want to make a recommendation that you begin your health transformation. And there's some things that we would recommend to you because your story is one of the most important stories. In fact, several of the health professionals that we've worked with just in the last couple of months have been impressed with the shift in their own health that they've been able to feel, and then also the fact that they can measure it with the scanner. So let me talk to you about the use span optimization stack, the recommendation that we would make for you to be able to start with. And that is, first of all, with Life Pack, that is all of the vitamins and micronutrients in the most bioavailable form for you. Youth, which is the most advanced anti-aging supplement dealing with protecting your body and the systems within it. I did some research in ChatGPT, and I don't have time to tell you about that right this moment, but honestly, I was impressed and I already knew a lot of the facts about it. Meta is groundbreaking for your optimizing your metabolic and gut health and energy resilience, which definitely changes. And then New Biome for cleansing and strengthening your gut, which we know now your gut is your second brain. And then collagen, again, we are the only ones who can actually show and prove to you that your collagen is actually absorbing and optimizing and then allowing your body to create more collagen. So there'll be another briefing this evening at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And in DC, if you're anywhere in that area or have family, friends, or business partners that are in that area, please get back with the person who invited you to ask them about being able to be live with us. And I want to thank you for the time today. I keep getting more and more excited when I think about the fact that we have an ability to give people one of the most powerful indicators of their overall health and really change the fact that people can have not only live longer into their 80s and 90s, but still be active, enjoying life at all levels. Thanks again for your time.